Hi, and welcome. Yep, welcome to another class of taking care of yourself. I know some of us are maybe busier than others. As you know, I don't like to use that word busy because in Chinese, do you remember? It translates, some say it translates as hard to killing. And so, no. I don't even want to say busy, but as you know, some of us have a lot to do, a lot on our plates. The semester seems, I feel, it's kind of, yeah, our last, it's still a month. Oh my gosh. But it just seems like time is going faster for some reason. And I think this is why we need our yoga practice more than ever. Yep, to slow it down, to be in this moment. And it's so easy to be out there, do this. I mean, literally our minds are focusing on, oh, what we have to do tomorrow and the next day and the next day and next day. Oh, yes, it is very good to plan. And part of that is, I think, would be the third niyama of tapas, of having the discipline and being orderly about it. That's from the first niyama of being orderly, having cleanliness, and yeah, of course, order your life and what needs to be accomplished, but again, with ease. One thing at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time. So here we are, ready for another practice. And as I was already mentioning the niyamas, let's just briefly review them from yesterday and to notice how we live our life. Speaking of noticing and reflecting, that is the fourth niyama. And just to see how these precepts, these ideas are living in your life, how you live them outside of yoga and also inside of practicing, on the mat or off the mat, as I like to say. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Yep, and make sure your mat is in a place that's available for movement around it as much as possible. One of the challenges, again, of practicing yoga in your home in this class. So, lie down, knees bent, feet to the earth. Why not? Just take a moment in time to reflect as I more briefly remind us of the niyamas, the second of the 8-limbed yoga. So lying down, knees bent, feet to the earth, as I mentioned, as you know. Oh yeah, let me just take a little wiggle room here first. Yeah, that feels good, just as I am lying down as well. Yeah, maybe a little baby bridge. Oh yeah, that might feel good. Inhaling up. Does that feel good? Exhaling down. Whoa, reach the crown away from the tailbone. Oh, let's do this 2 more times. Just a baby bridge. Yeah, feel the feet connected to the earth. Inhale to lift. That's kind of like you're scooping up, do you feel? And the exhale, lengthening, widening the back as well. And I did say 2 more times, right? So 1 more time, here we go. Of course, you can do it again if you wish. Exhaling with the exhale. Cleanse, clear away any tension through the back. And any other little wiggle room, placing the hands wherever it feels right, arms, hands. And I invite you to breathe. Yeah, hopefully you're already breathing, of course. But again, bringing our mindfulness. How is the breath feeling today? How deep can it be? Can you really expand the breath in all directions? Our focus is usually on the front of the body, isn't it? And I invite you to be more aware of the sides and the back of the body as you breathe now, in this time, in this place, in this moment. Yeah, Yeah, maybe a nice exhale through the mouth. You can also breathe in and maybe blow the breath out through pursed lips. Ooh, does that feel better? More releasing, cleanliness. Speaking of the first niyama, every breath is cleansing. We release the stale air, we release toxins, we release negativity in our thoughts. Letting go. Or maybe a nice sigh. Yes, the first niyama is cleanliness, which is again more than just being clean in your body, your clothes, your space, which is always nice, and orderly, but also being clean in your thoughts, your words, your speak, being more positive of feeling, of where your focus is in life. And being mindful, slowing down, again, helps us to choose and to know, first of all, how we are living our lives, and then to choose. Yeah. How do you feel better when you think of more positive things or more negative things? What makes you feel good? And then to be content. Yeah, right now. Yeah, maybe to focus in on the goodness in your life, to be content, to be happy with what you have, rather than always wanting more or less or this or that. Or what does it feel like if you allow yourself to be happy with what is, to let go of attachments, to let go of outcomes, but just again to be in that state of contentment. And of course, as we move on to the third niyama, to also feel that where there is a will, there's a way. Yeah, to have that self-discipline, to have the dedication or the determination to, reach your goals, but not to overdo it either, and not to underdo it, but just right, which goes back to the fourth, actually, yama of moderation. So to have that discipline to take care of yourself. Yes, you're practicing yoga, yay. And also to make sure your body has enough rest, your mind has enough rest, enough nutritious food and exercise. Taking care of yourself and the dedication that does take. And then we move to the fourth niyama of reflection. And what I think we're doing all now is reflecting on how we are living our lives. Your self-reflections, another one is due soon. And taking that pause, even now, the pauses between the breaths, to feel, to learn, pauses between our postures, to learn from them, to see how we feel after the sun salutation or a lunge or the cobra or a forward fold. Feel. What does that feel like? Not only to your mind, not only to your body, but your mind. How does your mind feel after a forward bend? How does it feel when you're in the camel? How does your mind feel? How does your breath feel? How does your body feel? So it's constantly, isn't it? It's a constant of reflection, of being mindful. And our fifth niyama is having that awareness. Having the awareness of something larger than ourselves. The nature itself, not only to enjoy the trees, the mountains, the ocean, but to be the nature of the seasons. Sometimes we blossom, sometimes we have to conserve our energy, sometimes we bask in the sunlight. Sometimes we let go of all that we don't need. In the fall, the leaves falling, we let go. We are nature. We live to our higher values. Yeah, to be in that higher perspective, as they say, and the higher of our higher self. So notice, yeah, when you're trapped in the ego mind, oh yes, I got to be better than this and this and better than them, and it's more like an us and them kind of a feel, rather than, oh, we're one. Yeah, the energy that I have affects the others. Just as you smile, yep, if there's a person next to you, that those endorphins, yes, you're gonna increase your endorphins, but also the person next to you. They are that interconnected. So yeah, that feeling that yes, we aspire and live to our higher values, our inner truth. Yeah, being in our truth. Being reflective, having that self-discipline. Yeah, that self-direction to move forward in life with ease, with contentment, and with clarity of our thoughts and positivity. Yeah. And so we breathe, and so we live. So let's continue to breathe into our inner being, to breathe into our truth, to feel it, to breathe it, to express it, your creativity. Yeah. And even in your yoga practice, express your creativity as you feel maybe a little deeper today, maybe into the bones themselves. Yeah. And to have that wiggle room. I love that wiggle room. Because it allows us to find maybe another little space that might be a little blocked. So let's open that space up today. As you now reach up through maybe the same arm, same leg, same side, right arm, right leg, reaching away from the waist. When you're ready, with a nice inhale. Yeah, lift that left thigh up, a little wiggle room even here. Bringing it in, stretch the other side. Yes, you're opening new spaces for the positive healing energy to move through you. And bringing our attention there, it just flows even more abundantly. Yeah, side to side, eventually both arms, both legs. Oh, a nice yawn always feels good here, doesn't it? Yeah, try it out. Circling wrists and ankles, open the fingers, open the toes, floating arms and legs up to the sky. Could you guess? Yeah, shake it all about. Yeah, and just for fun, you might on your own just see if you can really shake for 20 minutes. That's what Dr. Tom, a wonderful acupuncturist in San Diego, has passed a few years ago. But that's what he said, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening to rid yourself of all disease. I'm still working on that. And you might, by using the Japanese yoga of energy generating system, if that feels right for you today, absolutely. Even if it doesn't, you might just try it a little bit and see. You might be surprised. But I personally like to shake it all out first and then feet and arms back to the earth. Oh, do you feel it? Withdrawing of the senses. Yeah, one of our 8 limbs of yoga, we are focusing inside. Inside now. Feel again the breath. I know some of you have practiced before this class, the Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath, the victorious breath. Now, if you're brand new to it, I think most of us are, it might be nice just to practice a few breaths right now without using this breath in our yoga postures. We can just practice it all on its own to feel a little more comfortable with it. So again, our mouths are closed. It's in through the nose, out through the nose, saying the word ha. But relax in there. Yeah, relax the jaw. It's a ha, but with the mouth closed as we inhale. You might feel that Darth Vader sound as you exhale. This is actually very cleansing for your whole spinal cord, your spinal column. This Ujjayi breath, yeah, is also very warming. It's very focusing too. Sometimes in postures, yeah, of course your mind can wander, but if you hear and you're breathing, everything comes back home to the breath inside. Now, if this doesn't agree with you at all, let's take another slow, deep breath in and another slow, deep breath out. Yeah, whether it's out through the nose, if you're doing a normal 3-part breath, diaphragmatic breath, yeah, you have the choice of exhaling through the mouth or nose. Ujjayi breath in and out just through the nose. Just a few more rounds. Just to feel the relaxation, to feel the warmth as this breath comes in and as it cleanses. Pranayama, as this exercise is called, the breathing exercises, controlling the prana, the life force energy, is actually the 4th limb of the 8-limbed yoga, but also part of the first niyama because it's cleansing, it's clearing away negativity, clearing away toxin, and bringing in more health, more nourishment, more healing. Yeah, and just briefly the hip stretch sequence 5, and when ready, thigh is draped across your chest with an exhale. You lengthen the other leg. Nice stretch, knee toward your head. Remember, the bottom of this hip joint is away from you. Opposite line of energy right there. And then, yeah, a few circles in each direction, opening up some new spaces maybe today. New spaces for the energy to flow. How lovely is that? Let me breathe, whether it's the Ujjayi breath, continuing, or a slow, deep breath. And the diaphragmatic way. Let's just stretch this leg up to the sky with a nice ankle rotation. Feel the back breathing. I know as I do the Ujjayi breath, I can't talk. Maybe that's a good thing. And just feel. Flexing the foot. Nice yawn of the leg into our sit-up posture today. So let's feel the support of the standing foot. Rebound energy out through the crown with a little wiggle. Exhale into the navel center, reaching up a little higher. Maybe crossing those wrists. Do you like that? Elbows way out. Opening the back of the heart center. See where your variations might take you. Pointing, flexing. If the leg is hovered, you might incorporate the leg lift and lower. Vigorous exhale here. You could have a vigorous Ujjayi breath as well, of course. Crossing over the midline for a little oblique variation. Cover the arm. How's this feel? Neck is long. Or crossing over the other way too. Yeah, let's cross over midline the other direction, right and left. I'm going to have an exhale out through the mouth. Maybe both arms covered. Out by the sides, out from the shoulders, you're reaching to the back wall. Maybe moving them or pausing there and there, maybe alternating. You can do your own little dance here. Anywhere the arms are, it's going to change the strength pattern. But I would say if you're about ready, supporting foot down if it was hovered, inhale, then let's roll the back down. Relax the neck and just shake out the leg. say thank you for supporting me all these years. Both feet back to the earth to notice any difference. Right leg, left leg. We're reflecting. Yes, the fourth niyama. We're listening. We're pausing. We're learning. And then when ready, shift the weight to that foot to draw the second thigh out, up, and draped over. Very first time we did this, very first class this semester. Yeah, not to pull, not to shove, not to struggle, but to allow, to be. In the moment, be with the breath, guiding you, releasing tension, releasing tightness, softening, more space, yeah. Opening to the side when you're ready. Oh, you want to come back by to the chest because this, for me anyway, feels really good with the legs stretched long. Yeah, maybe you already have. However, when ready, yeah, open this leg to the side. For me, when I open the leg to the side, I like to bring the foot back because it gives more stability for the hip to stay down, the opposite hip. And then circling just a few circles, noticing, feeling. But go slowly. Inhaling, exhaling. Maybe another circle in the first direction or the second direction, reversing. Thigh to the chest, and then a nice stretch of the leg upward when ready to do so. And a circle of the ankle. Yeah, how do your ankles feel today? How do your toes? How does your fourth toe feel today? Or your third toe? We usually notice more of the big toe or the pinky toe, yeah. But what about those other three in between there? They're alive. Yes, they're well. Another circle, maybe in the other direction. Another deep breath. Relax the back. But preparing now for the sit-up posture. Feel the support rebound out through the crowd. Exhale into your navel center, reaching up a little higher. Maybe crossing over, elbows out. How's your core doing? Weakening your courage, your confidence. See what leg variation suits you today. Maybe another little lift of the leg. This could be continuous, of course. Sometimes the yoga makeup is the best. Have you noticed a little bit? That's why I encourage doing wiggle rooms and see where it feels right for you. Crossing over the midline when ready. Exhale there for your oblique variation. Or crossing over the other side as well. Other arm is hovered. It just gives a little more oomph. Very good. Or hover both arms, torso back to center. See where they want to hover. Sometimes I have to put my other foot down. Maybe both arms can reach today. Another deep breath. When ready to release, supporting foot down, inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower down. And then just shake out this leg. Again, thanking it for supporting you all these years. Both feet back to the earth. And a little roll of the head, side to side. Inhale, exhale. When it rolls to one side, keep it there to nod yes and no. Just to release the neck of any tension. Up and down and sideways, that would be. And then roll to the other side. And nod there, yes and no. Maybe a little roll of the knees side to side feels good too for the lower back. And let's roll all the way over to the side. Oh, okay. For the body raise pose, a little more strength, a little more energy. So we lengthen first. I'll do the toes, I'll do the crown, or heels, actually. What do you think? That's up to you. Heels or toes to reach out of. To lengthen, inhale, to lift on up, balancing on that side. Maybe, yeah, you can bring one arm by your side, or maybe the other arm can lift. Maybe you need another deep exhale to really feel the core working, palms united. Maybe another lift, maybe not. Maybe toes pointed. Maybe another inhale and exhale. How'd that feel? Other side, okay. Swiveling around or just rolling to your other side, of course. Another lengthening first. Remember, it's just not getting into the posture. No, it's what you're doing before, being mindful of the moment. How do you go into the posture? What is it like when you're in? And how do you release? And what does it feel like after? So aligning. Inhale to lengthen. And what does it feel like when you're in this posture? Can you balance? Oh, maybe a little bit. Again, if you fall, it's not hard. Pointing, flexing. Maybe it does feel good to bring both palms united. Lift that underarm off the floor if able. That elbow, yeah. Or if it has to be down, of course. But let's feel another strengthening, energy generating feel of this posture. To lift on the inhale. Feel your exhale here into the core a little bit, like our sit-up posture. Exhale, yeah. And one more breath to lift and exhale slowly down. What does it feel like? Yeah. So let's roll over to your stomach, shall we? Let's stretch our thighs a bit, shall we? Now, if it is difficult to clasp your foot here, you can roll back on your side, and sometimes it's a little easier to clasp the foot here. Or you can use a strap again, remember, around the foot and clasp. I just happen to have the strap right there. And then you can maybe roll over. But we're going to stretch the thighs first. So a nice deep breath, feel the knee reaching away from you, top of the hip joint to the earth. And breathe. Now for half bow. Yeah, we might stretch the supporting arm out long, reach that other leg long too to lift the thigh. Heel now comes off the butt as if you're trying to straighten the leg as you lift the thigh, lift the back leg, lift the heart, reach out and up. Nice deep breath. Maybe another one more inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly down. How'd that feel? Yep, ready for your other side. First, the stretch. It might feel better again if you need to roll to the side first. If you can clasp the foot easily, please do, or use the strap, which I might on this side actually. Feel the hip to the earth as you stretch your thigh, knee reaching away from you. Now when ready to go into half bow, we lengthen first. Heel is off the butt. We lift the back thigh off the floor, lifts the heart. Reach out with the fingers, out to the toes. Another deep breath. And exhale. Full bow coming right up. How does your back feel? Yeah, I'm going to rub it a little bit. Okay. Clasping both feet if able. We're going to lengthen upward. The thighs, the heart. Shoulders down, squeeze the shoulder blades closer. Another deep breath. And exhale to release. Well deserved, I think. Child's pose. But first, we're coming to hands and knees here, right? But first, yeah, let's do half dog. The puppy, as it's sometimes called. Hips are more over the knees. Reach the arms just to the floor, ideally. Reaching. Deep breath into the puppy. Then let's walk the hands back to the full child's pose. Again, whether your thighs are apart or knees together, it's all good. If your knees are apart, toes touching, drape the chest over, hips all the way to your heels. All the way where it feels good. We breathe deeply into the belly. Middle, upper, feels a back expanding. Palms maybe rolled upward or palms together in back of the head. Deep breath. And then let's come to hands and knees to reach wide or to reach long. I was going to say wide and long at the same time. You reach longer, longest. In sunbird, feel the core breathing. Very active as well. We lift a little higher. Inhale, exhale into cat breath. Drop the head. Inhale to reach. Today, let's go right back into our bow. Now it's opposite hand to foot. Inhale to lift a little higher. And exhale. Hand down, lifting the leg. Bowing. You're hovering. Elbows are pointing backward. They're not sticking outward. More strength. Yeah, you can do maybe a little push up here too, or hold longer. We're going to push away the floor. This is where we can go into pigeon. From here, that leg that was back, that's going to come forward. You're going to sit on that hip. You're going to sit on that hip. I need to do my other leg. Okay. Like my knee doesn't bend that way. So I'm going to demonstrate the same side. Okay. So we're sitting on the front hip, the leg that was back, right? The leg that was back. Remember which one that was. And you're going to sit on the front hip. Maybe the front knee makes a 7. The number 7. Stretch that other leg way back. That front hip, the back leg hip is forward. And press away the floor. Lift the heart. The back knee is to the floor as much as possible. And we're going to walk a little forward, step by step, draping the chest over. Level the shoulder. A little wiggle room here. Maybe a little roll to the right, a little roll to the left. Draping a little longer. Reach the back toes or tuck those toes under. Stretch out through the heel. See how that feels. And then gently walking the hands back on either side of the knee. Now, if you're able, maybe you can lift the front knee side, yeah. If your right knee is front, yeah, reach that right arm high. Or maybe you can bend the back knee. Can you clasp the foot in another bow? And then maybe reach. Or maybe not. Maybe the hands need to stay down. It's all good. So hopefully one of those variations worked well for you. And then the other side. So let's slowly stretch. This is your second side, right? Yeah. The other arm and leg back. Reaching out of the waist. Core strong. Nice deep breath here. And then lifting a little higher on the inhale. Exhale. Breath. Push away the floor. Navel is in. Drop the head. Sit the elbow and the knee and the forehead are all coming in together. Inhale to lengthen. Reaching out longer into the bow. Lifting the thigh. Press away the floor. Inhale, lift the heart, looking upward. And then into the bow, we exhale. Hovering. Another breath here for more strength. And then the leg that's back is going to come forward. So the leg that was back, is going to come forward into your pigeon. I'm just going to take this, I just rotated as you saw, just so you could see the back leg too on the side. So you're sitting on the front hip as much as you're able. You could always put a little cushion underneath that front hip as well. Make sure your front knee feels good. You can open it more in a right angle if you need more stretch. Okay, and then stretch the back leg hip forward. And are you breathing? Another deep breath to lift the heart. Exhale. Walking gently to where it feels good. You can still soften here. Relax the shoulders. Reach those back toes or tuck under. Eventually, chest over thigh. Another deep breath. Yeah, maybe a little lean to the right, a little lean to the left. When ready, walking back, hands on either side of the knee. Maybe you can bend the back knee, clasp the foot. I cannot, but maybe you can. Or if not, maybe you can lift the other arm up. Or both. Ta-da! And eventually, yes, hands down. Hands down. Coming to the knees. Oh, let's just come to both knees for a moment. Okay. For camel. So again, we're going to keep our hips over the knees. We're going to lift the heart. You might keep your hands right here at the small of your back. Lift the heart. Lift the chin to the sky. Shoulders down. You might bring the shoulder blades a little closer together too. We might be able to touch a heel or two, or maybe tuck those toes under. Maybe then the heel lifts a little higher, you might be able to. But if not, keep your hands right here. Inhale and coming up, exhale, chin in. To take another variation, we can reach this arm around and then look a little twist. And then another inhale, exhale. Other side. Inhale, we lift the heart, reaching. There's a little twist. Inhale up and exhale. Maybe get off these knees. Tuck those toes. Oh, wonderful down dog. Oh, now this almost feels like a relaxing posture, doesn't it? Yeah, at times. Now we can, lengthen the back the other way. After arching, rounding, side. Oh, we need a nice side stretch too, maybe when we stand. So, walking the dog feels really good here. Going into three-legged dog today, however, as well. I know some of you are flipping. Again, I'll talk you through the flip. So feet together. If you're just taking three-legged dog, enjoy it. Still reach, push away the floor, reach those toes to the sky. If you're bending the knee, reach that knee up to the sky. It's going to be a nice twist here. If you're going especially into the flip, keep twisting around, hip, waist, shoulder, head. That foot eventually will come to the floor because you're going to, lift. That you're off that arm. Same arm, same leg. And then you're going to twist around so much that you have a nice lift here, lifting the hips as you land with that leg that was up in the air. And then coming back, bring that arm around. You're going to lift that leg again up to the sky and then back to your down dog. And your other leg way up to the sky. Push away the floor. Bend the knee. Lift the knee up to the sky. You're going to twist to that side. And then that arm is going to come off the floor. It is as you land. I have to see how I can come here with my knee. And then that foot, your hips are still up, right? Your hips are still up to the sky. And then on your way back, yeah, you're gonna bring that arm around. Bring that arm around, your hips stay up. Yeah, I have to adjust for that one knee. But just doing that is very strong too. Sometimes we just do it. We can do it. Up the posture. Oh, I hope that made sense. You have a wonderful YouTube for it too. That's very clear. So from here, yeah, let's take just a nice wide angle dog. Because you know why? It just feels so good. Pigeon toe in a little bit. Nice deep breath here. Yeah, shake out the wrist if that need be. Another deep breath. We're going to walk your right hand right in front of your nose for the spinal twist here. And let everybody get caught up. I'm slowing down right now for everybody to get caught up if you were doing the flip. So shoulder again is over your wrist. If your right hand is down, you're going to twist to the left, hip, waist, shoulder, head. Twist away the floor. Maybe wrap that top arm around the waist, palm open, reaching for your inner thigh. Another deep breath here. And then release the arm high. Exhale. Replace that hand. Yep, right where the other one was. Shoulder again, right over your wrist. Inhale, exhale. Hip, waist, shoulder, head. Push away the floor. You are squeezing out all the toxins. You're cleansing the first niyama. And then wrapping it around the waist. Reaching for your inner thigh if this feels good. Another deep breath here. And then reach the arm high again. Inhale, exhale. Exhale, hip, waist, shoulder, head into your wide angle forward fold. You let go. And then we can wiggle the feet underneath us for our wonderful rolling on up to our standing posture. Standing tall once again, feeling the earth beneath our feet, crown of the head reaching to the beautiful blue sky. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. You might notice without the use of your eyes, yeah, you might be swaying in the wind, or this is what it's called, bamboo. Swaying in the wind. Just to notice, yeah, feel your muscles. When you do sway, your muscles, inner muscles will be active to keep you standing tall. Your body does so much to protect you. Bamboo in the wind can be done purposefully swaying. Or sometimes just when your eyes are closed, your body, tends to sway a bit. It's amazing how much balance is achieved with your eyesight. And eventually, we'll open the eyes. Nice deep breath. Another inhale. And exhale. Nice. Integration breath, interlacing fingers. And inhale to lift the arms with the breath. Breath and movement together as one. The exhale returns the arm. With the breath, with the movement. Integration breath, unifying right, left, yin, yang. Inhaling. Elbows bend, hands to the back of the head, and exhale. And just all bringing it back to center. Speaking of center, let's continue bringing feet together. Crescent moon. I was so excited. I saw the crescent moon, and then the next 2 nights it was cloudy. And I haven't seen the crescent moon since almost now 3 nights ago, but it was just a nice smile in the sky. And now if we have a clear night tonight, the crescent moon will not be such a sliver, but it'll, yeah, of course, it'll be another smile. But it's, for me, when I saw that, it really gave me a different perspective of what's going on in my life. I have a few challenges, as we all, I think, possibly may do have. But that, when I looked at the moon, it was like, thank you. That's exactly what I needed to see at the time. I just wanted to share that with you. That sometimes we get little messages and little, and this was nature, of course. I mean, yeah, the universe, literally, I think talking to me like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay, with that little smile. And Venus was right down below it too. So that was perfect. It was perfect. So I don't know if any of you have, even at Mesa, they have astronomy nights, which is awesome. And if you have interest in that, yes, do contact the astronomy department. And Mesa is, oh my gosh, it has so much going on. Please, yeah, keep informed. Okay, crescent moon coming right up, feet together, legs long. Inhale, hooking the thumbs, united. Tailbone dropped, crown high. Inhale to stretch a little out of the waist, and then exhale, leaning the hips over. Stretch again out of the waist, down into the legs, maybe hand at the hip to make a crescent shape. Be that smile in the sky. Another deep breath. Inhale up to the heavens. Let's just exhale here to align again. Feel, breathe, pause, reflect. Another deep breath to lengthen and exhale into the posture. Crescent moon. Keeping shoulders and hips square to the front. Maybe incline a little forward. That might feel better for the lower back too. You can keep the reach with both or one. Another breath here. Opening more space. Inhale, coming up to center and rise to both toes. Both feet, all toes, 10 toes. Press away the floor. You're going, oh yeah, come down, come down. You're not going to rise. I'm sorry. I would like you to feel it in a different way of pressing down to rise. So you feel that opposite line of energy. You can keep your ankles together, inner thighs active. Needing a little more challenge, you can close your eyes. Another deep breath. And exhale, heels. Speaking of balancing, yesterday we had a little preparation for the leg extension balance. Today, maybe we can do the leg extension. My leg doesn't get quite as straight as it used to, but I can demonstrate. Still, I do believe. So let's prepare first, like we did yesterday. Balancing on one leg, we find that one point of focus. We're going to shift the weight to one leg of your choice. The other thigh is coming to the chest. And you can even just stay here for the preparation. Or if you can, you might clasp your first 2 fingers and thumb around that big toe and then start to stretch your leg. Straighten. That might happen. It may not. It's all good. And eventually we will bend the knee. And then bring it back to center and back to 2 feet so gracefully. So gracefully as I kind of stepped out. So if the leg doesn't straighten, what do you do? You can just hold here or here. But if you can, see how if it works. If not, oh yay, we have something to challenge and work for with our discipline and our taking care of ourselves in the moment. Okay, other side. Why are my feet sticking? What's that? So, point of focus, shifting weight. Oh yeah, thigh to the chest. The other arm out can help also with balance here. So again, you might open out to the side. Deep breath. You might be able to hook your fingers around. Yeah, and then stretch your spine straight. And then maybe the leg can straighten. Deep breath. Coming out of it, we bend the knee again. Back to how we started. And exhale. Maybe a little cheekbone bounce after this might feel good. Because I think in balancing, sometimes I get a little tighter. I feel a little stressed. So that's why I noticed that. And that's why I'm mentioning to you that might happen to you, have happened to you. So yeah, maybe a nice cheekbone bounce would feel good. Just to let go of it all. Maybe a little sway as well to just release, feel a little more three-dimensionality here. So swaying, it's another twist. This is very cleansing as well. Tapping away fear, negativity, tapping away, cleansing, releasing negative. Well, actually, as I've mentioned in other classes, emotions, I like to call them just different. They're not positive or negative. They're different. They're just different. They're all wonderful as we work through them or feel them. Let them flow through us. Tapping, you can twist a little further, looking back over the shoulder. You can also bring the legs wider. Remember this variation, wider legs. And then you can bend and straighten. You twist toward the knee that's bent, looking over the shoulder. And breathe, side to side. We twist, we rock, we tap. Knocking at life's door, bringing more vitality, more energy to our body, our mind, our spirit, tapping upper lung for a little more energy, more vitality here too. Tapping away to emotion, sadness, grief to move through you. Moving through the emotions and coming back to center. You might even place your hands right here, coming back to your center. Coming back to center. Sometimes easier said than done, but as we close eyes, sometimes brings it a little more ease, placing hands, connecting to our center. Might be heart center as well. We can breathe here. We can find the stability through the earth, through both legs, crown of the head high to the heavens above. And we breathe in the moment. And that brings our centeredness back to awareness. Speaking of heavens above, earth below, I'm reminded of our sun salutation. Today, maybe we can add that lunge balance, the low lunge balance we did yesterday. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so let's step forward on our mat to breathe, to feel again, centered right here. Next, deep breath, if you wish, preparing for our sun salutation. Inhale, palms unite, and bring it all back home. The inhale into our total body back arch, lean the pelvis forward, lift the heart. The exhale, forward folding, hands on either side of the feet, toes aligned, step way back. This is your inhale. Lift the heart if you wish. Take another breath. You can bring your hands to your knees, or as we did yesterday, lifting the heart here. Shoulders relaxed into the balance lunge. Another deep breath and exhale. Ooh. Let's inhale again, shall we? Another inhale. We hold With the inhale, a gentle pause before we come into our wonderful plank. Now we can exhale, knees, chest, forehead, into cobra. Lower the hips, stretch the toes. Inhale, lifting the heart. Shoulders down, elbows slightly bent. The exhale, jackknives right into our down dog. The feet might be able to walk in an inch if that feels better. Another breath here for your down dog. Long neck. On your next inhale, that right foot comes right through the hands in either way that you be. You might have to stretch the back leg back. And maybe here, remember, it's not to push back on the back knee. We're still over the knee, front knees over your front ankle. This is a nice inhale. We're taking a few breaths here to align, to adjust, shoulders relax, lifting heart, sinking the pelvis between the knees. Inhale, the exhale brings us into the forward fold. We're going to roll up through the spine, feet together, reaching out, reaching up. Inhale, that's a long inhale, and exhale back to center. So we'll take the same slowness on the second side. Probably double breath for each posture, but moving into the postures on the appropriate breath. Exhale, ready to scoop it on up with an inhale, reaching to the beautiful sun. The exhale to the beautiful earth. Inhale, step way back with your left. And we're inhaling, if you wish, to balance. As you exhale here, to sink. Not to push back to the back knee. Relax the shoulders. Another deep breath here. Now we're going to inhale. Pause the breath to go into your plank. The exhale lowers knees, chest, forehead. Inhale into your cobra. Your exhale comes into your down dog. You can walk in another breath. Long neck. When ready, left foot swings right through, or you might come to the right knee first and then the left foot through. This is your inhale. Now we're going to take another breath or two for those that are going into the variation of the balancing lunge. Another deep breath. On the exhale, we come to our forward fold. The inhale brings us rolling on up. Hips lean, heart lifts, and back to center we breathe. And relax the arms. Adjust, close eyes, and feel the effects of just one round, slow round of the sun salutation. Beauty of the sun in all its glory, shining upon us, even through the clouds. The moonlight shining upon us, even through the clouds. That smile was there last night too, I know, but the clouds were in the way, but I know the moon's light was shining. The moon's light coming from the sun. Coming back to your center. So, there's another psychocalisthenic posture that just has one sniff in and one exhale out through the mouth. So it's a and we had crescent moon, so we had a nice side stretch there, and it's called the pump, if I'm not mistaken. The feet are maybe shoulders width apart, and we're going to sniff in to one side, and then the exhale. It bends the knees, elbows in, palms facing upward, knees in line with toes, And the spine ideally is parallel to the floor. And then it goes to the other side with a sniff in and side, center, side. Here we go. Reaching to your, actually, let's reach to your left first. Okay, so we're going to start reaching up. Inhale to your left. And center, reaching left and center. Push with the legs. Exhale. Push with the legs as you reach and once more each way. And whoa, I hopefully you didn't get dizzy. If you do, remember to stop, breathe. Very invigorating. And then the feet more parallel are right underneath you, in line with your hips. Integration breath. Inhale. And an exhale. That kind of got our legs moving. Yeah, so let's go into our extended side angle pose. So again, open the legs wide, reach out to the fingertips, they're floating. And yeah, we usually go into side angle, extended side angle from warrior, don't we? Yeah. So this is kind of like warrior here. Yes, hips are level, knee over ankle. And then we're going to reach the back arm up by the ear, palm open, forearm pressed. We're wrapping the arm around. How's that feel? Need a little wider of a stance, maybe. Yeah, you can always wiggle that back foot out. Nice deep breath. I know some of us can, even if you're wider and if your thigh is almost parallel to the floor, you can wrap around, clasp, open the chest, long back, long lower back. Another deep breath here. And then an inhale, let's reach that arm high and press down into triangle, two straight legs. So we prepare with an inhale. Shift on the exhale, reaching now longer, in line with the thigh, touching chin, stretching high. Or arm by the ear. How does that feel? Maybe some of you like the arm again, wrapping around the waist. Sometimes I like this too because I make sure that my lower back is not too arched. Very common to have overextended lower back here. Another breath here. When ready, we're going to stretch that arm high. Exhale, press down, lift up. Reversing the triangle. You feel that left foot into the earth, from the waist up, reaching to the sky. Then back to center. How'd that feel? Ready for your other side? Turning the toes outward, back toes angled in a bit. And see if the stride does need to be wider. Maybe not, maybe so. Level the waist. Floating arms upward. The knee exhales right over the ankle. Extended side angle. We're extending the side. Exhale, reach the back arm out of the waist. Back foot into the earth. Or forearm pressed against the thigh. Or maybe you're wrapping it around. Try to lengthen the right side here. Or maybe clasping underneath if your legs are wide enough. Another deep breath. When ready, stretch that arm high. Exhale, two straight legs or triangle. Another deep breath. Shifting the hips. Lengthen the spine. The whole side is aligned with the thigh. Reaching out, not necessarily down. So you can't reach any further than just touch. Reach, see where the top arm needs to be. Make sure the shoulder is down, neck long. Not to prop with the bottom arm, just to touch. Another deep breath here. When about ready, we're going to stretch that arm high. Inhale, exhale, and then an inhale to reverse the triangle. Push away the floor just a little bit. Do you feel the difference if you don't? And then if you do? Oh, yeah. And back to center. Oh, and just wiggle the feet in. Just a little cheekbone bounce again. And another deep breath. We're just going to come and lift the arms. Oh, are we going to exhale into the squatting balance? I think so. Feet together. Exhaling. We did this yesterday too. Into the squatting balance. Maybe today might feel a little different. Maybe more stable or strong. Relax the shoulders all the way. All the way. Maybe a little. Yeah, make sure you're not just sitting back on the heels, but there's a little more activation in the thighs and in the core. And then coming to your seated posture. Seated posture, we might just rock on back. For those that are inverting, we might rock on back. Now, for those that have any back issues, neck issues, or menstruating, you might not take reverse posture that leads into the shoulder stand, but you can do the leg shuffle. Remember, the leg shuffle is legs up in the air, and we can shuffle, just a small shuffle or a very large, a very slow flexed feet. Now, if you are okay to do reverse posture supports you around the waist. Thumbs are forward, fingertips to the back. The shoulder stand lifts the hips higher, so you're more like a candle. And then you support your upper back. So to go into reverse or shoulder stand, we can rock on back. It gives you a little more impetus to get the hips off the floor. I will talk you through this. Okay, so, or leg shuffle. So we can, those that are going up into it, yes, we can rock on back, elbows down. Okay, the elbows come down right away to help push the hips off the floor. The rock back helps too. Exhale, rocking on back, lift the hips right off the floor to cup your elbows straight down, to cup your hand around the waist, thumbs forward. I'm just talking you through it. So your hips are off the floor, your thumbs are forward. I hope you saw the video first, the YouTube I sent. And if you're going into the shoulder stand, the hips can lift higher, then you can support legs straight up. You can support the back or mid back. So for those that are up there, hopefully it feels good. For those that are shuffling, hope it feels good. For those in reverse posture or shoulder stand, lift those legs higher to the sky. Deep breath. So we're shuffling or lifting up higher. And then to come out of your shoulder stand or reverse pose, bring the knees in, or the shuffle. Bring the knees in, arms down, and slowly roll out of reverse posture. Hips down or shoulder stand. So it's a slow roll down. If you can, keep the head down as you roll down. If that is confusing, please look at the YouTube again. I will send it again with this recording. So let's just stretch the legs long. What feels really good after reversing into reverse pose or shoulder stand also helps venous blood return to the heart. It also helps the lymph return to the heart, so it should be cleansed, very cleansed. But what feels really good after reverse pose or shoulder stand is the fish posture, even the leg shuffle. So here, sit sitting again, fingertips just right underneath the hips. We're going to roll one elbow, then the other. Lift the heart. Press the earth away. Yeah, press down in the elbows. Lengthen the neck. Maybe lift the leg. Yeah, see if that feels good. Breathe there. Maybe both can lift at the same time. I don't know. See if that feels good. Comfortable. If not, maybe one again and then the other. Or both legs down. But absolutely lift the heart. Inhale. Open more space for the love to come in so the love can be served to the world. And when you're about ready, knees bend, chin in, roll on down through the back, nice to the chest, and a nice roll around the sacrum. Deep breath, maybe shake out again before relaxation. Oh, maybe the little swivel we didn't do earlier. The second Japanese energy generating system practice. And I invite you to get comfortable. The breath. I feel like I need those 2 sniffs in and 2 exhales out. Do you feel that too? Yeah. So if you do, let's sniff in with a and a and again. A little pause and a little pause. And again. And truly letting go, letting go, letting go. Any other little wiggle room. Feel, breathe, ever so gently now. Maybe a gentle sigh. This is your time, for it is time to truly nurture yourself. Coming back home to your center. Feel where your breath is. That's your center. Yeah, let the exhale float away any tension. Maybe there is a place right now where you know, oh yeah, I need to breathe there. Yeah, breathe there. Your body's talking to you. It's telling you exactly what you need. Yeah, soften there. It might be the mind. Let the breath just open the mind. Release it of those ruminating thoughts and just let it go. Drop them, float them like clouds floating in the sky, like the river floating. Yeah, just let any of those nagging thoughts float away. And feel your cleansing breath with a deep sniff in. And gently out through the mouth. Once again, a deep cleansing breath, sniffing in. And blowing out all the candles. Once again, blowing out all those negativity thoughts. Let your body rest. Let your mind rest. Your heart resting in the stillness of love. Notice your face is already relaxing. Your beautiful smile is there. Feeling your neck softening. Your shoulders, your arms, your fingers. Yeah, relax your ring finger. Relax your pointer finger. Feel the back breathe into the earth. Feel the earth breathing back into you. Feel your abdomen rise and fall. Feel your heart expanding. And releasing, cleansing. With the exhale, take away the toxins. More refreshed, more alive from the inside out. As you relax your pelvis. Yeah, breathe down through the legs, hips relax. your thighs, your knees, your calves and shins and ankles, feet and toes. Yes, even that fourth toe. And breathe. Allow every cell now, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, to feel the fullness of the healing, to feel the fullness of awakening from the inside, the joy, the love. And you continue maybe to breathe these qualities in as you continue to surrender to this posture, to your truth, as you let go and relax more deeply. And letting go, letting go. Amazing. Our breath does that for us, doesn't it? And just another breath to feel from the inside out, to come back home to this feeling of more peace, more calm throughout your day, throughout your life. For this feeling is always here, waiting for you to tap into. And to awaken now with a gentle wiggle of fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles, stretching arms and legs, maybe a little roll of shoulders. Maybe roll to your side, coming up to your seated posture when about ready for one more breath, all together. And it is all together. It truly is. So when ready, with an inhale, scoop in from the energy from the earth and around you and above you, blending it into perfect harmony as we bring it all back home to our hearts. Breathe here. I thank you so much. Keep it going, and namaste. Thank you all. I look forward to your reflections soon, and oh my gosh, and then soon, finals. And I know some of you have a little bit of work to make up. And remember, there's extra credit if needed, or if just wanting, so have fun with it all. Have fun. I thank you again, and namaste.